Hello world, it's time for This Week on Twitter. This week on the Twitterverse, Rudy Giuliani decided to butt dial a reporter. I honestly, every time I think this administration can't get any further along and surprising me, they always pull something out. Butt dialing a reporter while discussing shady business deals and practices that, foreign intelligence people around the world might be interested in. I'm so flabbergasted and so flustered that one that we're talking about butt dialing in 2019, and two, that of all the people to butt dial, he butt dialed a reporter. I need that type of luck in my life. I need someone to accidentally just hand me reports, hand me just, I can only imagine what that reporter felt like. He probably thought he was being punked and was looking for Ashton Kutcher to just jump out, because how perfect is that? The Twitterverse had a fun time discussing all types of butt dialing jokes, and while all jokes aside, that's hilarious. They seriously need to talk about the fact that Rudy Giuliani on this butt dial call was talking about meeting with the Bahrain's king, and he runs a security consultant agency, and that's all fine and dandy, but he's also the president's lawyer. I can't say enough how I want to say I'm a loss for words, but we should have a more serious discussions about it. I know we're trying to make light of the situation because all we can do is laugh, but seriously, butt dialing 2019, get it together, Trump administration. Speaking of administrations, Bernie Sanders is trying to relate to the youth by replying to a tweet by Ariana Grande. I've got to make sure I read this correctly. So Ariana Grande on October 25th tweeted out, "Baby, how you feeling?" And Bernie Sanders responded with, "Ready to fight for Medicare for all." I mean, I get it. You're trying to relate to the youth. The problem is you did that on October 25th, and on October 26th, you went to Benedict College and had a huge, people are calling it a gaffe, but I'm not calling that. See, the next day after that really cutesy interaction where we were all excited, Bernie went to Benedict College and was asked by a black male student, what would you do if I had an interaction with a cop? And Bernie responded, and I quote, "Respect the cop so you don't get shot in the back of the head." Wow, that's incredibly just not sensitive to, one, the young man you were speaking to, and two, an entire population of black people in this country who are literally under siege, under attack. I'm sorry, Bernie, you're out of touch. You're out of touch, and I feel like he's losing confidence with people who thought maybe he could do something with this run. It just seems the longer and longer he gets in front of cameras, the more and more we see maybe this is not the candidate for us. In lighthearted news on the Twitterverse, I'm gonna say your @ name wrong, so I'll just go with your government name. Nicole Nichelle had Twitter all in a tizzy Saturday night and Friday night over our favorite thick neck white boy, Chris Evans. Nicole Nichelle, great. I love it. I absolutely love it. She has literally made everyone just so tickled with, what would this white boy name be if instead of just Chris Evans, we give him a new middle name and an awesome backstory to our little hopes and dreams, our thirst for Chris Evans. I won't go into details. Go to NicoleNichelle.com. I'll put the link in the description. I think you guys should check it out. It was hilarious. I had fun sipping wine and laughing my ass off. So I'm going to start something called the I'm Not Surprised Award. And this week's I'm Not Surprised Award is brought to you by the letter R for Rose McGowan. I don't think you'll find any woman of color, specifically a black woman of color, surprised that Rose is being Rose right now. So basically what happened was during the week, she tweeted out a picture of her with Megyn Kelly. And it said something simple like brainstorming or something like that. And all of Rose's, followers were like really perturbed by this. And I'm sorry, I'm too much of a black woman. I'm not surprised that Rose is being peak white woman right here. I find her extremely problematic. I've always taken issue with her. And the fact of the matter is her meeting with Megyn Kelly kind of solidifies just how much she's not really, someone we should really. I won't put words in your mouth. I'll let you uncover Rose for yourself. But there was one Twitter user that I thought put it just absolutely perfectly. I'm going to read it to you guys. Wagatiwe says, "One of the toughest lessons I learned as a survivor activist is that not every victim is on my side. Many people enter this work with their own selfish motivations, and it's better to not work with untrustworthy people to get the story out by any means possible." Couldn't have said it better myself. And I will directly put that quote in the description below because you guys need to read it, because I think we need to have a little bit more of a dialogue about why Rose is problematic and why we do believe the survivor, we do believe victim Rose, but there's some issues there that need to be ironed out. So one more thing before I close out, I'd like to say a warm welcome back to our favorite Twitter resident, Clarkisha Kent. Woohoo! Girl, we have been missing you. I'm so excited to see you back on Twitter. I hope things are going well for you. So that's it for this week on Twitter. Now for a word of encouragement. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. You are the best expert in you. May love and shalom follow you this week. I'll see you on Twitter.